Hi everyone, how are you? In this video I'm going to talk about the New Zealand work visas for engineers, so let's just jump straight into it. Okay, so if you're the primary visa applicant, so if you're the engineer, what you normally want to do is you want to apply for an accredited employer work visa. So that visa allows you to come to New Zealand, start working, and then while you're in New Zealand working, you want to look at the different ways to get a residence visa. And a residence visa allows you to live permanently in New Zealand. And you've got the two main options. Option one, the skilled migrant residence visa, which is the point system. And option two, the green list residence visa, where you don't score points, but you need to meet the requirements of the green list, which I will discuss later on in this video. Okay, so that's for the primary visa applicant. Now let's look at your family. You can bring your family, so you can bring your partner on a partner work visa, and your dependent children can get dependent child visit visas or student visas, and that depends on their age. So if they're 5 years or older, they can get the student visa for the free schooling. If they're younger than that, they apply for a visit visa. And then when it comes time to apply for your residence application, you can include your family on your residence application. Now let's have a look how that looks side by side. All right, so you see that table there, you've got the primary visa applicant on the left and the family on the right. And you can see that, see how it all links up there. I'll just leave that on the screen for a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to go over the 5 main eligibility requirements for an accredited employer work visa. These aren't all the requirements, but the most important 5 that you need to try and understand. So number 1, you need to be suitably qualified. And there are 2 different ways to do that. You can meet all requirements on an employer's job check application. So when an employer wants to hire a migrant, they need to do a job check application to Immigration New Zealand. On that job check, they can specify any requirement they want. It could be a qualification requirement. It could be a work experience requirement. It could be a professional registration requirement. It could even be an English language requirement. So you need to meet every requirement that the employer specified on their job check. Or the other option is to meet the requirements of the green list, which I'll come to that requirement soon at the end of the video. So number 2, you also need to meet the minimum skills threshold, and there are 4 ways to do that. Show 3 years of relevant work experience, or a level 4 certificate or higher in a relevant subject, or a bachelor's degree in any subject, or you can meet the requirements of the green list. And again, I'm going to discuss the green list soon. Number 3, you need to meet the wage requirements or salary requirements for your job. So currently you need to be paid median wage of $29.66 per hour or the equivalent annual salary. However, from March 2025, that $29.66 wage requirement has been removed, but you must still be getting paid market rate for an engineer. So if you're coming to New Zealand, you're an experienced engineer with, say, 10 plus years of work experience and a master's degree, it's probably not suitable for you to be paid, for example, $25 per hour, because that's too low and that's not market rate for your job. So even though you don't have to meet the $29.66 wage requirement, you still must meet the market rate requirement. Okay, number 4, health. You must be of good health or pretty good health, and you'll require medical and chest x-ray certificates to submit with your visa application, and they need to be done by an approved immigration clinic, also known as a New Zealand panel clinic. And number 5, character. Good character is required if you're applying to stay in New Zealand for more than 2 years. You must show police certificates from your home country and any other country you've lived in for 5 years or more. And green list requirements. I'm going to go over exactly what these are. So there's 4 different ways to meet the requirements of the green list. You only need to meet one. Don't need to meet more than one, just one. And the options are have a Washington Accord accredited engineering degree, or have a Bachelor of Engineering with honours at level 8, or a qualification at level 7 or higher with a letter from Engineering New Zealand certifying that the degree and any further learning meet the benchmark requirements towards Chartered Professional Engineer professional status in New Zealand. Or you need to hold New Zealand registration as a Chartered Professional Engineer by Engineering New Zealand. So 4 options. If you can meet one of them, we'll jump back. And what that means is you might meet the requirements of the green list residents, and you will be considered suitably qualified for the job, and you'll be considered to meet the minimum skills threshold. So very helpful if you can meet those green list requirements. Okay, so that's the end of this video. If you do need help with the visa, you'll see my contact details in the video description. You'll see my email address. You'll see a link to my government immigration license, or you can just send me an email directly at andre@visa4nz.co.nz. I'll be doing some more videos in the future about residence visas for engineers. This video is mainly just about the work visa, but I'll be doing a more specific video in the future about the residence visas. And if this video was helpful, please like, please share, please subscribe, leave a comment, do all that YouTube stuff, and I will see you all later.